picked up Wednesday. Come on and go, let's play. For never ceased her anymore. Sydney Sage trap behind the door. It's just a typical book day.
Hey everyone, my name's Miranda, and today I am here to do another installment in the Top 5 Wednesday saga. This week's topic will be top 5 favorite technology stuff-em-er-bobbers from literature, and instead of my usual babbling on and on about how hard the topic was for me, because let's just assume it was hard, let's just get right to my picks, shall we? We're off! Coming in at number 5 is going to be the always unpronounceable Stulu from the Mortal Instruments series. If you haven't read the series, basically a stele is a metal stick that can draw runes on the shadow hunters and give them powers that they wouldn't normally have. It can make them heal faster, it can make them stronger, all this fun stuff. And in the movie, they didn't really talk about the stele too much, which kind of saddened me because it's basically like Harry Potter's wand, which maybe that's why they did that, because they didn't want too many comparisons to Harry Potter. But a shadow hunter is not much without his stele. It is his most important weapon in battle. And if I had a stele, I would absolutely love that. Just like draw a little triangle and boom, you're invisible. That's perfect. So of course, I had to put this on my list as number 5, however you pronounce it. And I did try and research how you pronounce it, so I wouldn't look like a total idiot. And everyone's just basically like, pronounce it the way you want. And I'm like, that's not helpful, but okay. Number 4 is going to be the Jabberjays from the Hunger Games series. Jabberjays are, oh my gosh, they're really, really cool. Hunger Games has so much good technology. They've got the mutts, obviously, which are just, whoa, those are really cool. Even though the movie made them really, really cheesy. Like, no, they didn't even look like wolves. They look like Jacob from Twilight when he's half in between a wolf and a person. But the Jabberjays are my favorite out of all the technology. They basically can recreate any sound. And they were first used by the Capitol to take down the original rebels from District 13 before all the Hunger Games were started. And they're pretty cool. They're basically like spy gear, just birds up in the tree, and they happen to take in the conversation that you're saying and can repeat it to you. And of course, the most important thing in the Hunger Games actually comes from Jabberjays, and that of course is the Mockingjay, because Mockingjays came from, I believe, mockingbirds and Jabberjays mating and then having them, and because of that, mockingbirds are able to recreate sounds. They can't talk like Jabberjays can. And of course, we all know the Mockingjay comes to stand for Katniss, so I thought picking the Jabberjay would be a really important thing because it's so important to the Hunger Games series and basically everything that happens afterwards. Need I mention Catching Fire? Because anyone who hasn't seen that movie, go see what the Jabberjays do to Finnick and Katniss, and you will never want to meet a Jabberjay in your life. I promise. The third technological thingy I picked for my list is going to be the Floo powder from the Harry Potter series. I don't think it was introduced actually till Chamber of Secrets, which is, I should have got that book, but oh well. Floo powder is just really, really cool because it gets you from one place to another. You just have to make sure to say where you're going exactly right, else it's not going to end well. Isn't that right, Harry Potter? Floo powder, I remember I actually did a play in middle school, and we were like witches, and we brought Floo powder into it because we needed someone to get from one part of the stage to another in like 5 seconds, and we were like, why not bring Floo powder into this? And Floo powder is one of those things, if I could have it in real life, oh my gosh, I would buy that stuff in bulk, because just the idea that like I wouldn't even have to like drive a car or worry about traffic, I could just go like Barnes & Noble's, boom, and be there. That would be, oh, that would be amazing. And it would save so much gas and mileage that I'd have even more money to buy more books. Yay! Alright, so a little while ago, you might remember one of the topics for Top 5 Wednesday was your top 5 favorite genres, and one of the topics that I picked was steampunk. And I said that I hadn't read too many steampunk novels, but I'm changing that because I'm now working my way through the Parasol Proctor series by Gail Carriger, let's go with that for her name. And that is where my number 2 technology is going to come from. I'm picking the parasol that Alexa Macon, aka Lady Macon, uses because it is the most awesome thing ever, people. The sad thing is I actually had to explain to a kid in my English class what a parasol was. He thought it was some type of supernatural creature, and I was like, no, it's just an umbrella. Like, I literally had to explain 5 minutes what a parasol was, and that really saddened me. But basically, this parasol is not just any parasol. It can shoot poisonous darts. It comes with powder that can repel vampires and werewolves and all other types of supernatural creatures. It weighs probably like 5.5 pounds when the average parasol is more like a pound, so it's a little heavier than normal. So I wouldn't know if I would be able to carry it all the time, but it's just such a cool invention, and it comes in handy so many times because I'm telling you, this girl Alexis, she gets kidnapped more than Liam Neeson's daughter in the Taken series. I mean, it's ridiculous, and that parasol comes in so much handy that I just want one myself because it's just so awesome, and who wouldn't love walking around with a parasol that has poisonous darts in it? Duh. Alright, it's time for my number 1 technological thingy-mabobber, whatever you want to call it, and that is going to be, are you ready for this? You are never, ever going to guess this. It's going to come from Insurgent, and it is Amity bread. Woo! I don't even know if this technically counts as a technological thing, but I count it anyway. If you haven't read Insurgent, don't worry, this isn't really a spoiler, but basically, you know how Trish and Tobias and all them, Caleb, blah, 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 they all go to the Amity compound at the end of Divergent, and obviously because of that, at the beginning of Insurgent, they are in the Amity compound, which is why we have the symbol for Amity on the book. You see what they were doing there? And one of the things we learned about Amity is that they have one of the best things I've ever heard of in my life, which is basically they put peace serum in the bread to keep people like not as rowdy and kind of non-conflicting, so no really issues arise and they all stay peaceful and kind. And I really like Amity bread mostly because Trish, she ends up having too much of the peace serum and gets all drugged up and is like, yeah, bitches! But there also is an underlying message to the Amity bread in that the fact that the people who are supposed to represent peace and kindness and loving have to put a specific serum designed to keep the peace in their bread, and that really kind of hints at the problems to come in Insurgent and Allegiant, in that this faction system isn't really working because the people that are supposed to represent what they are have to be given more of what they are. That's like basically having to give someone a Dauntless an adrenaline shot or putting like IQ pills in the erudite soup or something. Really hints at what's to come and how the faction system isn't as perfect as we thought it was. So I definitely had to pick it. Yeah. Alright, so that will be my 5 favorite technological technologies in literature. I'm still not quite sure how to phrase this topic, but I had a fun time coming up with them, and I'm amazed that I got to finish this video without knocking my tripod over because the phone literally rang like 5 freaking times when I was trying to film this, and I was like, just stop ringing. I just want to get through this. I really could have used some Amity bread then because, whew, I was not feeling peaceful. So yeah, those are my technologies. Feel free to leave your top picks in the comments down below. And if you have a top 5 favorite video, let me know because I'd love to check it all out. And also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my videos if you don't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!